What you gonna sing to me?
You bring me joy. I hit the run though. Oh, when I'm down.
You know what, baby? You got a little bit of that.
So much joy when I lose my way. Your arms. I don't know the words. I should learn the words for. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Asta. I am so tired. But it is an amazing thing when you're tired and you have to get back on the road. Look at Gigi. Get the sewing, Gigi. Get the.
Good morning, Stacey Ann.
Get the sewing, Gigi. You got a whole lot of dresses to make.
Shawanda, good morning.
Good morning. You hear me talking to Gigi about what's up, Shell? Shell, you bought that word yesterday.
Gigi, I hope you ain't biased neither. I hope you're gonna throw something in there to make me look like just.
No, he got you.
Coordinate something for me.
No, I got this, son. It's the whole coordinate.
Yeah,
like we're coordinated now. Like bang, bang, bang,
yeah,
bang,
like
bang,
this.
Bang, bang.
Like this.
Coordinated. God bless you. I'm telling you.
Daniels, good morning.
Shell, you bought that word. What's up, Kiki? Kiki. Look, Keisha's that little itty bitty person. We are so excited. I'm here with God's man on deck.
Yo, I'm gonna let you forget my name.
No, I know who you are.
You better know who I am.
It ain't like you're going to let me forget. I'm here with God's man on deck, and we are here doing we're twinning, a little bit. We're twinning a little bit. We are doing our coupling series. And so many people, Mother Darlene, are so overwhelmed with excitement because of what God is doing in our lives. And so Joey Poole, God bless you. And so I want to say to Divine Influence, we get ready to open up the doors of the nation, and we get ready to go into the venture of UCJ, Unity Church Jacksonville. Yes. So yes, Jacksonville, Florida, get ready. Out. Unity Church will be having 2 locations. It's Charlotte and Jacksonville.
Unity Church.
And so we are so excited.
Jacksonville, UCJ.
That's right. Let's get ready. I'm going to need folks. Come on. Bring them out. Because I'm going to need folks, and we're going to need people to bring Unity Church Jacksonville to the next level in what we are doing. God bless you all, everyone under the sound of my voice. And so here we go. So many people are in our inbox. God bless you, Tamika. God bless you.
Yes.
They're in our inbox because of the coupling series, and we thank God because we're going to do something with that. And I am one to say, and so is this beautiful big chunka mocha next to me. God bless you. Travis Jones just opened up Atlanta. I hope your services went well. That in coupling, it's a lot of things that happen, and a lot of people don't want to touch on specific topics. And so this topic is tough. Someone was talking about porn, and we're going to come back to that later. But today, I have to tell you that God is amazing because there is life after divorce. God bless you. There is life after divorce. Donald, God bless you. There is life after divorce. And yes. I want you guys, when you see the series Coupling, understand that I don't care how much time you put in. Mika, you got to work on your sound. I don't care how much time you put in. When God says that it is your time to be a wife again, it is your time to be a husband again, then everyone around you is happy.
Yes.
But, ... Yeah, this is going to be a tough one, but we are going to give you what thus said the Lord, and we've got to get back on the road. I want you guys to understand that this topic, I am in love, but ...
Yeah, I'm in love, but...
Right. So I'm going to let God's man on deck open us up with this topic because we both are experiencing on both sides.
Yeah. So the thing about me and Jamila is that God has done something extraordinary with us.
Yeah.
So what you see is a supernatural relationship that God himself molded and shaped.
Right.
There is nothing that we could have done that have brought us together. Mm-hmm. So it's just been phenomenal.
Right.
I mean, even when we had disagreements, God just had a way of guiding the hand of everything that we've been through from the beginning. Mm-hmm. And we are, good God Almighty, we're in love. and we're headed for marriage. So we've been letting you guys in on this, but this topic right here, we in love, but it has to do with the community around us.
Right.
And I've watched her experience. I watch her experience things. I've experienced things. And when people are used to you, they're used to having access to you. They're used to being around you. They're used to being able to be in at every moment of your life, whether it is family, whether it is friends, and especially when you're a person that is a leader, a person that's been touchable for years in their life.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the dynamics of relationship may come and it shifts all of that. People themselves have to detox. They have to go through some type of spiritual, physical detox, mental, because they're used to something that now has changed.
Right.
You were there for me.
Right.
Now you're not there for me.
Right.
And that's what both of us are experiencing. We're experiencing people that, they're not used to not having us there.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby.
You said the community and what happens in singleness. In singleness, you develop a camaraderie of individuals who become relatable to your everyday life as a single person. So now that God says that, no, that's your desire. My will is that mankind not be alone. You've got to understand that in coupling, that dichotomy changes. And life as you know it as a single person is no longer. Yeah. That means that there's certain decisions concerning our lives that no longer meet the criteria of the people who are accustomed or have been accustomed to our single everyday life. Phone calls that we used to have, you no longer have because you become familiar and too familiar, and it breeds contentment. So the same way that you used to deal with me and the same way that you used to deal with him, you no longer have the access, the familiarity, and people become very cantankerous because the current has shifted. It simply means that friendships don't change, but positions in friendships has to change. Right. Even though we are friends and even though you love me, family too, there has to be a level of understanding that your position has changed. Because the Bible said a man and a woman must leave their mother and their father and their family and cleave unto each other.
That's right.
You cannot cleave unless, listen to me, there is no cleaving when there's a monkey in the middle. Now I'm going to say that. There's no cleaving because there's something in the middle that's preventing both individuals to tether.
Yes.
Some opinions, that's right. You no longer, y'all didn't have boundaries. They could come and go as they please. They could do what they want to do. They could call you at all hours of the night. They could talk to you about anything, and you can. But the understanding has to be that now this is my friend. This is what I am going to cleave. We are now becoming one body. And so you've got to either understand. Now, this is where it gets bad. The but becomes, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But I was always there. Oh, you never gonna come between us. It simply means that the person that is looking on the outside may get offended.
Yeah.
Even some children, I thank God that the children between us have been amazing. But you got to understand that and you guys have experienced that. There's some children that be like, wait, hold on, that's my daddy and he my daddy and my daddy and my daddy and my daddy. That's my mama, that's mama. You have to understand that no one is taking away. If you give the opportunity for the tethering, you'll see that it is really a great addition. But people around you, they're like, y'all in love, but this is not good for me. I mean, I love everyone, but, I recently experienced something that really broke my heart. And I've got to say this. Sometimes when people say that they're happy for you, they'll tell you that in your face.
But they don't really.
But behind your back, that ain't really what happy. They mean. No.
They're not really happy.
And then you have issues of jealousy that we have to be honest, as a female, that I have experienced. That people that says, no, this is great. They are not happy for you. Yeah. They're jealous because it's not my time. Hold on. Now, wait a minute. Now, I've got to say something before y'all go left. I'm going to bring Michelle into this because I'm not afraid to touch certain topics, because sometimes when you watch lives, your mind begins to go crazy. Michelle said to me, and these were her words. God bless you, Bree Bree. I love you, baby. What Michelle said is, I have to get used to it.
Yes.
But girl, I'm so happy for you. I'm next. Michelle said, no, I understand. That's your husband. Michelle said, no, no, sis. No, sis. She understands.
Yes.
Right, Mo? She understands. She says, Michelle was my road dog. I mean, my left and my right leg. But now he's my spine. He's my spines, which means I can't stand up without this man. And so understand, she now has become not my assistant, but she assists him as well. I'm going to say this. It blew my mind, baby. It hurt my heart when it was revealed to me that someone kind of came against something that God ordained.
Yeah. Yeah.
It blew my mind. I literally had to say, wait a minute. But I want you to understand something. You have to be careful when God says it's your time. You have been divorced. I know the desires of your heart. You asked me to send you someone. You better be careful what you ask God for, because you just might get it. When God says that it is your time, that I had a promise on your life that you will be a wife or a husband, he meant that thing. But people want to pick them. People want to tell you who to marry.
That's right. Especially when you're a leader. The thing about us being leaders and why coupling is so powerful with us is because we both pastor two different works.
Right.
And the thing about coming out of your situations when you going into something new, people that have known you for years, I have literally said to my congregation, I am so I'm so sad, I'm so apologetic that you weren't able to pick the person that that God called for me.
They sure do.
And this is the thing about it. A lot of people are not going to be happy with that woman that you find.
Right. Or that man.
They're not going to be happy with that man that you find.
Especially being a pastor.
Especially as a pastor.
They want to pick the first lady.
Especially.
Come on here.
And this is the thing about this is what I want to touch, especially with family and friends that really love you. It's not that they're not happy. They just don't know how to be happy. Like it's almost like it's a pathway, because it's coming out of their mouth, but at the same time, I'm not ready for you to go. I'm not ready to be separated from you. I'm not ready, and it's like, yeah, he's a nice guy, she's a nice woman, but I'm not ready to give up that space yet. And the thing about it is, when that person comes in your life, and I feel this, baby, I really do. I feel like there are women and men that the person came, but your community wasn't ready, and you fed more off of your community than you did what God was telling you. And we joked about this. She was like, well, what if you wake up and the Lord says that I'm not the one? And I said to her, it wouldn't be God. Yeah. Sometimes you got to know who is speaking. What's the voice that you're hearing in your ear? God told Abraham, get thee from among your kindred and go out to a country, go to a country that I have made for thee. In other words, he was saying, come out of all of the community and the people that you know, so I can show you something that you never had, something that you never experienced for you to walk into. And this is the thing. We're in love, but the stuff that we got to deal with, the people that's got to, and this is another thing that happened with me personally. The person that you come in contact with, they change you.
That's right.
And this is the thing. The person you come in contact with should have some type of change should happen in you.
But again,
there should be something about you different.
But it's the familiarity that breeds contentment. People are used to what you used to be.
Yes.
And who you used to become to them. And it's just like someone just said, it's very selfish, because you become the watering hole. You become the catch-all. You become, that little drawer that you throw everything in because you don't know what to do. You become that to them. And you also become an asset financially. Right. You become, it's so, and they get mad because you no longer are accessible for them to talk to, use, and maybe to manipulate.
That's right.
Because there's a level of him now that is my protector.
That's right.
And I protect him. And people are not used to having someone protect you.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for them to always come to you because you're the problem solver.
That's right.
Especially when you are a fixer. I'm a fixer. He's a fixer. And so the fixer is now not in the business of fixing you to the degree that they used to. Yeah. Because now someone has not just an opinion, someone has a right to say, no, we're not doing that.
We have to agree
right.
on what you fix.
Right.
And if it's something that you should be doing at all.
All right.
Now there's when the two become one, you've been operating by yourself. And all of a sudden you have another person that has another, they see things from another perspective. I'm like, I don't know if you should be doing that.
Right.
And that is what comes with that. People don't have that accessibility. Man, you used to do this for me.
Right.
You used to do that for me.
Right.
And then the person that's coming in life is like, no.
Right.
Because now we're looking out into the future.
Right.
And the one thing that the person that you're coming together with is supposed to do is they're supposed to bring you life.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're supposed to bring enjoyment. They're supposed to take away some of the anxiety, some of the stress.
They're supposed
all
to
of that stuff. They're supposed to be
somewhat.
So the asset just ain't money. The asset is the life that they bring you and the life that comes out of you and you give to one another.
Right. Right.
And people can't understand that. So some of the heaviness and the stress, that we did feel, not a lot of stress because we ain't finna let too much stress us out. Period.
Right. Amen.
But some of the things that came our way, it was because of what other people were feeling. You can, I can literally feel the thickness. I'm like, I need to give y'all some time.
And and I'm telling you, I thank God because God has allowed us genuine love. So it's very effortless. It's not forced. It's not fake. But we good. But sometimes we go around certain people and couples, it's like we get tensed up because it's coming off of you.
Yeah.
You really can feel it coming off other individuals. Yes. You even hear them say, oh, they think they all of that. You hear them, you can feel the tension. And I promise you, something happened this weekend. And when I walked away, Apostle grabbed me. He said, we got to pray. Come on, we praying right now. We are not taking this into our environment. No. Father God, in the name of Jesus, God, right now. And he prayed because he said, we can't bring that into the community that we've created on oneness and trying to live a happy, righteous life. And so you got to be careful because the Bible says, try the spirit by the spirit and see if that spirit be of God.
That's right.
In coupling, you've got to be very careful who you allow in your community. Well, what is the community? The community of those that you labor among in coupling. You've got to be very careful. You could take advice from everybody and anybody, but you got to be careful in the community that you came away from, not to allow people, even single people, to get you to understand certain things that is only predicated with the two people that are involved.
I want to say this too. You're gonna lose some people.
Yes, we are.
You have to get ready. If you're asking, you're a person, you've been single for a while, whether man or woman, and God's getting ready to bring that person in your life. You have to get ready to lose some folk.
Yeah.
I'll say this to any married couple. I don't want my wife hanging out with single women like that.
Right.
Because first of all, it's not that I believe that they can do anything. There is a spirit and a group of people and a camaraderie that they have, and a lot of times that camaraderie is that singleness. And you have to be careful because some single people are not going to be able to be your friend after you get married.
Right.
They're not going to be able to. It's not going to happen. Not if they're not mature.
Yeah.
If they're mature, they'll be able to do it.
That's
It'll be able to grow. It'll be able to flourish.
Right.
They'll be able to move with you. But if they're not mature, you're gonna lose some people. I'm telling you, brother, you're gonna lose some. You're gonna lose some men.
Right.
I'm telling you, woman of God, you're gonna lose some people because they are not going to be able to be happy for you, and they'll always be looking for something to happen in the marriage and in the relationship where they could come in and
feed on it and say,
I told you.
Yeah, well, I told you.
You understand?
Right.
And that's why even in this, I'm very defensive. I'm very defensive. I'm listening. I'm watching because I'm not finna let anything come in and spoil what God is doing.
Right. And that's mature. It's maturity is, and then the friend has to be mature. I thank God that I have mature friends. Girl, you got to go. Okay, we'll deal with this later. Okay, when you get your me time, we'll talk about it. And it's not that I'm not doing anything that he disagrees, but sometimes, you get caught up in the conversation. Even in coupling, you got to know this just a look like, okay, I gotta go, girl. I gotta go. Click. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's not even controlling. We're building a community. Something that you said that I think that we've got to really understand that coupling is really being tethered together.
Yes.
It's the tethering process that people have a problem with. Even your children. I said it in my book.
That's good, baby.
I said it in my book. I said it in my book that your children pay a price because you're in love.
Amen.
They pay a price. Ultimately, you've got to determine the value of what you're in. Is the price going to be they're going to be walking on eggshells? Is the price going to be they're going to be unhappy? What is the price because you're in love for the children? Which simply means while we are being tethered, we've got to bring the children in the tethering process because they are our children. Meaning that you got to sit down and have those hard conversations. You got to look and see how they connect because it's important. But you also got to watch the children that's not going to be used to the whole meshing thing. You've got to even give them a little bit more than you give the mature ones so that they can get an understanding on their terms. Because the tethering has to happen. That's the community. The community is the husband and the wife and the children. The community outside of that was part of the single process. I'm going to say this. It's not that you don't matter, but you don't matter in this.
Amen.
There's a level of selfishness. If you are in a marriage, I am going to say this. The only thing that matters right now in this order is God, my husband, and our children. So the opinions of people who are on the outside that are not happy for us or may not even understand it, your opinions will be necessary if I ask you for them. And you've got to get you got to get to a place of saying, I'm getting a little tired of something not working. I've got to do something different than before. Yeah. But you also got to understand the person that you're tethering with is worthy of these words. Watch them and see how they deal with it because it's very difficult to tether with someone that has a problem with being torn.
Amen.
Torn simply means I'm being ripped away from old ways, old relationships, and even some family members.
That's what they feel like, though.
That's what the problem is.
That's what it feels like to the people that were around you. They feel like it was torn, and it's not really being torn because when you have a relationship like ours and being who we are and knowing how to handle people, we're untethering from you. Right. We're still tethered to you, but we're untethering in the way that you are used to. Right. So we're still connected. We're just not connected the way it was. I had an odd situation happen yesterday. And I could see I can see these individuals that I have known for years that our relationship was done. I mean, I could see it because things happen, life happens, paths change. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've told this to a lot of leaders, and this has a little bit to do with just moving on, not necessarily coupling, but just something I say. When I separate my relationship, when I'm getting ready and me and the leader has come into some type of disagreement, right? Or we just moving different paths, different businesses, whatever. I always go back and I remind them of Paul and Barnabas and how at one time they were linked up and they were tight, but they had a disagreement that took Paul one way, took Barnabas the other way. It doesn't matter what the disagreement was, but they were mature enough to go separate ways and one day come back together. Mm-hmm. This is the same thing that you have to look at when when you have relationships. Mm-hmm. Because again, I really feel like somebody's getting ready to mess up. You're getting ready to mess up with this man. You're getting ready to mess up with this woman because you're listening to too many people from the outside that they're not going to be happy until you're by yourself again. They're not going to be happy until you are because you by yourself brings them peace. Not that it really brings them joy, not that they want to see you broken, not that they want to see you hurt, but they don't understand they have something broken in them, so they want to connect with you. They want to keep that connection with you. And if you'll come and if they can break that, or if it can be broken, be like, I knew it wasn't going to work out, but girl, you know I'm here for you. I knew it wasn't going to work out, bro, but you know what? I got your back.
And they waiting to say, I told you so.
Right.
They waiting to say, I told you so. I mean, they waiting to say, I told you so, because they didn't have a say-so. They didn't have a say-so. I think that, you know, in coupling and in dating and in, you know, you are going to get married again. You are going to have the right person. God's going to do all those things, but the timing has to be good. But you also got to allow God to mature you for when that season is, because you have to be mature to really understand that I'm mature enough to say, this isn't going to work for me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm mature enough to understand we're friends, but I see you a little jealous. We're sisters, but you're a little jealous. I'm going to have to tell you to go that away. And it's okay to do that. Sometimes people don't want to hurt you. But did you know ultimately that you can't hurt yourself? You can hurt yourself because you don't understand that God said that where strife is, every evil work follows. And did you know that you can be with a person that's secretly envious of you and jealous of you, and then you can have this person in your space and it'll spill over and y'all will be fighting and you don't know why the hell y'all fighting. Y'all will be going through something and you be like, but wait a minute, we was just playing with the dog. We was just playing spades and he was eating crabs. Hold on. What happened? Because that seed of discord had a face as a friend. The seed of discord had a face of a family member. The seed of discord was a good girlfriend that says, oh, baby, I'm so happy for y'all. And then when they shut doors and they go, I don't like her anyway. I don't like him. Hey, girl, how you doing? How's the wedding dress coming? Oh, I'm going to be there in the front row. And then you, what is going on? Because you're in love, but they got a problem.
Yeah.
You're in love, but. And that's why when you are, until she would say it. That's because when you are involved in something, give a little bit, but don't give them everything.
Yeah. One thing that did bother me is when Jameliah, she had a moment, and she had that moment, and it bothered me and it hurt me that she was hurt, that she says, man, they're not really happy for me.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't believe it, but they're not really happy for me.
Right.
And I want you to know that your happiness is important. And this is why I will say to you, we're so thankful for so many thousands of couples that are praying for us.
Right.
Thank you. Because we probably have hundreds of people that they just waiting to see that, oh man, they ain't gonna make it.
Right.
Right.
And just because of that, I definitely promise you.
But we got thousands of people that are praying for us. And what I wanted to say is for you single ladies and single men that are looking for that right person, you rejoice with them that rejoice.
That's the word of God. That's what it says.
That seed is reciprocal. Yeah. Whatever you put inside the ground, that thing gonna come back. So the more let me tell you something, the more you pray for this couple that's in front of you, that's giving themselves out and releasing themselves to you, the more you cover us in prayer, and the more you come up, you do spiritual warfare on our behalf. Let me tell you something. God is going to reward you, and He's gonna do the same thing He did for us. That's right. We knew what we asked for, but He went past what we asked for, and He looked into the desires, the inwards of our heart. He knows the inwards. He knows how to bring something out that you don't even know that you need. And that's what He did concerning us. So we want to encourage you guys that, listen, when that person comes, make room. And she's gonna do another live with one of my spiritual daughters that's been following her. That's gonna be amazing. I want you to look out for that. She's gonna show you, because preparation needs to happen. And this is what we're trying to give y'all. The coupling series, if you ain't looked at it from the first one, you need to go all the way back to the first one and look at it from the first one. Get prepared, but you even have to be prepared for the company of people that's around you.
Now, how do you, before we get ready to go, because we got to get in a row, how do you, when that ugly head rears itself, because we're in love, but dot dot dot. The but, when the but comes, how do we handle that? Because when it comes from people that you're familiar with, it comes from your family, it comes from your loved ones, meaning your girlfriends. It comes from, not you, Shell, but when it comes, I have to say thank God for my girlfriends, because they genuinely, every last one of them, sincerely is happy. This ain't a problem that I'm having.
Some
with
of them crying all the time too.
Yeah, just really. Trina. So, wait, and then they go, you deserve that, girl. You deserve, especially when people know your testimony and your story. We love that. And they know that you've been through hell and high water, and God finally says, I'm finally going to give you the desires of your heart. Those are the ones that's really crying. They're like, man, we know what you've been through. You deserve it. But what happens when it's those people that you feel that they really are not happy, and then they show you, nah, I ain't happy for you at all? What do you do with individuals like that? That the but is, but I'm jealous, but I'm unhappy. You ain't gonna come between us. What do you do with those individuals that flat out come in your face and tell you that? And you're like, wait, hold on now. Do you not invite them? Do you invite them? Do you? And then they say, I don't want nothing to do with that. You nigga, rub my back, baby. Calm me down. Calm me down. Pray. Because what do you do when those individuals that you feel that they were good? That's right, Shell, it ain't you. What do you do with those individuals? You're like, but wait a minute. I thought you were. Nah, this is you, but I'm not. What do you do? How do you handle them? Now,
for me, I still live by the same precepts of marriage that I've always lived by. I'm gonna just leave that there. Now I'll talk about the rest later. For me, my wife is number one. Everything comes behind that. So for me, when I see that with a person, I'm just finna cut you out of my life, because you're not finna come against what God has ordained in my life. For me, you don't get no invite. For me, you don't get no conversation. For me, you ain't finna get no phone calls. You ain't finna get no texts, because I'm not finna let any seed of discord be sown into me. This is when you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out for phone calls that people want to say, I want to talk to you when you get time.
Oh, let me talk to you when you get by yourself.
When you get by yourself, I want to talk to you when, Apostle, I want to talk to you when you get time. Right. No, nigga, you can't talk. Excuse me. Right. I'm trying to be better. You can't talk to me. No, she's right here. She on speaker. This is when, and I'm talking about men and women. When you hear that, because you can hear it, I just want to talk to you. What you mean you just want to talk to me? First of all, my guard finna go up as soon as you say, you just want to talk to me. Right. My guard going up. Mm-hmm. Because now I already know that you got a problem with who I'm with, or you finna say something stupid that's finna make me cut you off. But for me, as far as I'm concerned, now she may have a little more grace, but as far as I'm concerned, like what I saw on yesterday, we ain't got nothing to say to one another. It's time for you to move on. Right.
Also, another thing is, because you've got to understand that in the couplings phases, in the tethering, you've got to protect one another.
Amen.
And one thing that I have to say, a husband and a wife are going to protect each other. I don't want to see Fred hurt. He doesn't want to see me hurt. I'm going to tell you this one story that blew my mind. And this is personal, but I'm going to share it. I had a friend, and he said it in front of the mother. Now, I got 2,700 people going to click, tag, and share. It's getting ready to get real, real good. We going to go. He said to his mother, he said, this is my wife. This is my wife. And she was like, but I'm your mother. Adele, love you. Thank God we ain't got that problem. This is my wife. She said, but I'm your mother. The problem was the mother wanted to choose his wife. The mother. And because he decided that he was, I know you want us to be together, but this is who I chose. Yeah. The mother decided she was going to give them hell. So he said to his mama, this is my wife. If you cannot respect her, you won't be welcome in my home, and you ain't got to worry about us coming to yours. That was a true story. Mm-hmm. The husband and wife are good. They relocate. The mother's just like, I don't even want to be in the same city as you. They relocated. Can you do that? Honestly true. I thank God that's not our problem. But you got some people, you're in love, but the parent ain't going to agree with it. The father going to be like, nah, I don't like him for it.
Everybody's
do that?
Everybody's not going to like. Everybody's not going to like.
Yeah, can you do that? Like, can you really put your wife first and your husband first? Can you do that?
Yeah, can you?
That's the question. Can you do that?
Can you?
Will you be willing to do that? Will you be willing to do that? And most people have a problem because you're in love, but I can't tell my mother to stay out my business. I can't tell my father to stay out my business. Some people are not tethered because you're in love, but you allowing your mother to run your house and your father to run. Hold on, wait. This is a good one. What about women who allowing their fathers to make decisions concerning their household?
That's one thing I never done.
Or letting the mother run their house in their kitchen.
That's right.
And the husband is okay
walking the
with
door
saying,
without a key. Mama walking the door without a key. Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord. 2,800 people. Here's another one. This is another one. We're in love, but what happens when you're in love, but your children are acting out of order? See, this is why I am so grateful, because our children are great. You should have seen them playing spades and eating them old nasty crabs and lasagna, because God has graced us where it's effortless, and I'm so honored. But there are people that we want to help because your son don't like the person you married. Now, I'm not saying if he beat you up and you scared and you crying, then I understand. But you got a good man or you got a good woman, but your kids are used to having your time just to y'all.
Yeah. Or to getting whatever they can get out of you.
Right. And they no longer can do that.
You got this other person in your life, and they're like, well, baby, I don't think you should do that.
Right. These are things that you've got to consider because you're in love. But husbands, as she said it, Sandra Denise Arnold, she said husbands need to stand up completely. I am saying, women, don't fight when your husband stands up and say, we're not going to do that. Don't do that. Wives, I'm telling you, there's got to be a level of you that trusts him. When this man said, nah, we ain't dealing with them like that. We ain't rocking with them. Guess what? I don't care who it is. What he says goes. I'm good God glory enough to say in front of 2,800 people, you got my word. When he say, no, we're not doing that, I trust not just him, but the God in him, the manifested evidence and the fruit that what he says goes.
Yeah.
I looked at his children and I'm like, man, just ladies and gentlemen, I look at his fruit, it bears witness, and vice versa. And so therefore, you're in love, but it can only work out if you both are on one accord. It's not going to work out with discord. And some of that discord comes in when you invite outside people into the community that you guys have to create.
That's the word. Don't invite.
Don't invite.
If you guys have a problem, let me tell you something. If you coming together with that perfect person, the enemy gonna come in some kind of way. You've been by yourself for a while. You're gonna have issues. Things are gonna work out. Why? Because you're tethering. You're coming together. Tethering means that we're working together to become one, so we can handle a great pressure that is called life together, right? So you're gonna have those times of small disagreements. When you have those disagreements, you got to watch the influence that you invite in to talk about it with. Because if you invite the wrong person in, they're going to almost say, I was waiting on you to invite me
I knew they wasn't perfect like that. I knew they wasn't perfect. I just ain't rocking like that.
And nothing is perfect.
No,
nothing,
it isn't.
And no one is perfect. I want to change. I want to adjust for her, change for her, adjust for her. She's gonna have to change for me, adjust
Already
for
doing
me.
it. Yep.
There are things that we have to do. I'm watching. I'm trying to catch things that I'm trying to catch mistakes that I made in my past, so I don't make it in my present.
That's right.
I mean,
Likewise.
I'm doing all this. So perfection is not. I'm not perfect, but what I am gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that this works. I'm gonna make sure that I don't fail from past mistakes.
Right. And this is what you see. The reason why you see the authenticity and the realness is because we don't want to fail at this. We failed before, but God says, I'm doing a new thing. And with this new thing, you're not bringing the old thing into it, because behold, even your dating life, behold, becomes new. And so I am so honored, because there's a lot of things that we're going to reveal. You'll be like, oh, child, I knew that. But there's such a higher height in depth, and God putting something together that man himself may have a problem with it. And so we're saying, you be in love, but watch the people around you during the seasons of happy, in your ups and your downs. Be very vigilant of people that says, I'm happy for you. Them Negroes ain't happy for you. They ain't happy at all. They smile in your face. I'm singing one of your old songs. Who sing that?
OJ's Baby.
All the while they want to take your place, those backstabbers. Backstabbers, they smile.
That's the remix. We ain't doing the remix.
Did I sing it too fast?
He's just going too fast. So that's the thing about you hip-hop heads. Y'all like everything fast. Your microwave. And, you know, old school, we take our time.
You take it. Wait, what was the movie?
Sailor.
All right, Mufasa. You better go follow us underneath that deck. We gotta go. I'm telling y'all, bad. Wait, seriously. That wasn't a lizard, because yesterday, no, it wasn't a lizard. If you go back and you watch us, Corinne, that was not a lizard.
Okay, it wasn't a lizard.
It wasn't.
It was a toad. It was a frog. There were frogs that were making the noise. That's what it was.
How you know, Fred?
I'm just, because frogs, someone commented and it reminded me, yeah, those are frogs. Yeah, somebody saw the video I was reading. I said, you know what? She's right. Those are frogs.
How you gonna live in Florida?
But it's not a lizard.
Wildlife?
I don't know every sound.
This is where we agree to disagree. I don't think that they were told. I don't think it was.
What you think it was?
I think there was some sort of wild squirrel. Because no, when we went to, no.
She's talking about squirrels under a deck.
We went to
at night.
But wait a minute.
Squirrels live in trees, people.
Yeah, but if they can get underneath that. But wait, we gonna hurry up and go. Hey, what's up, Sean? Pastor Sean, what's going on? I'm gonna tell y'all this. This is not. This is true. Me, Corey, and Terry. God bless you, Bishop Stephen. I love you. We went to a barbecue, and Corey said, "Look at that. That's a duck." I ain't never seen no duck like that in my life. This duck.
It was a duck.
The duck had a red beak with a lump on it.
It was a duck.
The duck had coronas. We gotta go. This duck was big. It was black. It almost looked like a carnivore with a red. It had like this red.
It wasn't a beautiful. It was an ugly duckling.
So I should be careful because it could be a beautiful swan.
Yeah, you better watch it.
All right. That's on that one. The apostle has spoken up. I love y'all. I thank God for you. This is Pastor Jameliah, soon to be Gooden, and
Apostle Fred Gooden, God's man on deck.
I love you guys, and we will see you guys. Share this series of coupling because we want to help people, because life has given us so many mistakes. But God, I promise you, he said, now is the season for me to reward you for your faithfulness. It came in so many ways, but this time, mine came as a good friend. You black. You black. Say black.
See that?
You black. He black and beautiful. He correct. He black.
Bye, y'all.
Black.
Bye.
You got it, eczema? What's the balls?